Right, boys, the English fans are out in full force in Dortmund. The second semi-final, England versus Netherlands. The first one tonight, France versus Spain. If you had a choice, mate, which one would you rather play in Berlin on Sunday?
It's got to be the French, isn't it? The way they've been playing throughout the whole tournament, they don't look all that. I think we'd have a chance of them, to be fair. So it's got to be the French.
Do you reckon it could be like the dullest final we ever see?
Probably, yeah. The way we ain't been playing the best either, to be fair. So it probably will be the dullest final ever. So it is what it is. But
and if we play the Spanish, what would the outcome be? Do you reckon England would get absolutely destroyed?
I don't know, because against the Spanish, you could probably get at them a bit more than the French, because the French have got a tighter defence. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I think that both teams will have a go at, definitely. So we'll see.
England, if they reach the final, who would you rather play, France or Spain?
Without a doubt, France. Without a doubt, France. Spain have got far too many creative players for us to deal with. It has to be the French. All you got to do is get past that midfield, get past Kante, you're on that defence. We can do them.
You even think that Harry Kane could do a number on William Saliba, who's one of the best centre-backs in the Prem?
I don't think Kane has to do that job. The wide men have to do their job and then put it on a plate for Kane. That's all we need to do. We can get at the right back and the left back for sure.
Semi-final time, but the question I'm asking today, would England fans rather play the French or the Spanish in the final?
French. All day long. French all day long. Spain's too good.
Do you feel like the French and English, the game would just be far too negative?
And we're not penalties. We're going to win the penalties tonight. So that one tomorrow night. So we'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Which team would you rather play in the final on Sunday if England make it? The French or the Spanish?
French all day long. I haven't seen too much of the Spanish games, but everyone's been raving about them. I think France, we owe a little bit of revenge for Qatar. So yeah, France all day long.
Right, mate. Big semi-final tonight, but the question is, who would you rather play if England make it? The French or the Spanish?
Well, it's got to be the French. We owe them a bloody nose. They are some of our biggest enemies historically. Beating the French in the final would be just stunning. We're definitely going to Berlin.
Do you reckon it could be the most negative final we've ever seen? 0-0 after 90, 0-0 after 120, and probably 0 penalties scored after 5.
There's a possibility of that, yes. But we've been looking good on penalties, so I'm confident that if it goes to penalties, we'll make it.
Right, mate, if England make the final, who would you rather play? The French or the Spanish?
Probably French. Because Spanish look like the best team, aren't they? Best team by far.
Do you reckon the Spanish would play us off the park if we play them in Berlin?
I think everyone's played off park, but we'll still get results, don't we?
Right, mate, if England reach the final, who would you rather play? The French or the Spanish?
French, 100%. I don't think they've been up to quality of Spain. And got that Jamal Lewis for Spain, who's been absolutely quality. He's been ripping tournament apart. So, rather France, 100%.
Well, your mates there are saying Declan Rice, and you know what? Now that I've looked at you properly, you look like Declan Rice's like little brother.
I get it all the time. Absolutely. I've had it about 100 times this tournament, mate. I get it all the time.
Can you give us a little rice, baby?
Rice, baby.
If England make the final, who would you rather play? The French or the Spanish?
Has to be the French. We owe them one from Qatar. I think we all remember that foul on Saka that wasn't given. And that was the reason we lost that game. So it's got to be France, and I think we'll do them.
If England make the final, who would you rather play? The French or the Spanish?
Spanish all day long. They'll be so obsessed with Bellingham. It'll free Foden up, and we can show them what we can do.
Do you reckon if we play him, it'll get in their heads a little bit?
Without a doubt, they love him to pieces. They're obsessed by him, and it's going to give Foden the freedom to do what he does best, tear people apart.
I know the football's been quite negative, but if we completely go negative tomorrow and negative in the final, would you be happy that we'd won the Euros with it being so poor on the pitch?
A win's a win. I mean, I'm a Palace fan, so we take whatever we can get, but at some stage we've got to come to the party and show people what we're all about.
England reached the final. Who would you rather play, the French or the Spanish?
To be fair, we don't care. We're England.
To be fair, I reckon I'd rather play the French with the way they've been playing.
Do you think the negativity of both teams Someone said to me yesterday that they'll just cancel each other out. What do you think of that?
I reckon England are going to open up against an attacking team. We haven't played anyone who wants to play football against us. Everyone's sat back. I feel like this is going to be the game where someone comes after us and we're him on the transition.
Straight to it. If England reach the final, who would you rather play? The French or the Spanish?
French. And not just that, if they do win it, I'm going to be very upset because I'll be staying.
You almost said Spanish at the start then. Do you fear the Spanish if we actually play them?
That's got to be anybody's toughest test. They're the only ones that's turned up this whole tournament. Everybody else, pretty crap really, to be fair.
Right. And if we play the French, do you reckon it will just cancel each other both out? 0-0, boring, dull.
Mbappe broken nose again.
If England reach the final, who would you rather play, the French or the Spanish?
I don't care. It doesn't matter at this stage. Every game's a different game. We'll beat anyone who's in front of us if we put a mind to it. We can do it. I'm telling you.
You're that confident we're going to get past the Dutch and make it to the final?
Definitely. The way we've been about this tournament, no team's been a good team. The French have not scored a goal yet. We're worried about the French. We can beat anybody.
England reached the final. Who would you rather play, the French or the Spanish?
Definitely the Spanish, mate. Definitely the Spanish. It's going to make it an interesting game, innit? La cuenta, por favor.
What, would you much rather the spectacle of playing against Spain rather than the potential dull France?
They're the guys that we need to beat. They've been the better team over France in the whole tournament, so I think definitely they're the guys to beat.
Mate, who would you rather play in the final, the French or the Spanish?
I think we'll go for Spain, to be fair. France are boring, aren't they? They're going to sit back with 2 banks of 4. Yeah, I think we'll rather play Spanish. They'll be more open. We'll probably put it over the top of them. I think we've got more chances against the Spanish. And I think we might play better against a better side as well. So bring it on, mate.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.